I'm Robert Timmons, and you're watching Weekly Words.
Yeah. Stop me. Stop me. Stop me. Once upon a time, the people pleaser in me would hold back. Till God said this message is much bigger than rap. It's been happening for years, we seen it across the map. The boomerang flow, me and Tom just brought it back. Preaching at people with no love. Stay looking at sinners with cold shrugs. The like-minded get met with warm.
Thank you for tuning in to week 3 of Weekly Words. We're going to continue where we left off last week as we continue to talk through Dr. Martin Luther King's speech, where he talks about the blueprints of life and the principles he believes we need in order to live a successful life. Last week we talked about self-worth and knowing the value of your life. This week we're going to talk about knowing your life's work. So in his speech, Dr. King said, "Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have as a basic principle the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You're going to be deciding as the days and years unfold what you will do in life, what your life's work will be. Once you discover what it will be, set out to do it and do it well. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, then just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best at whatever you are." So again, Dr. King's speech is extremely moving to me. And this section I see is being split up into 2 separate parts. The first part is having a determination to achieve excellence. And the second part is being the best at whatever you are. So talking about the determination to achieve excellence is a daily choice to put your best foot forward in whatever you do. In whatever you do, no matter how big or small, right? And this is a very difficult thing to do because sometimes we feel unmotivated or we feel sluggish or we feel sad and it affects the way we move, but we have to continue to put our best foot forward. Even if we don't see the value in the season that we're in now, but it's a part of God's plan in preparing us for the season that's greater to come, right? And to me, this correlates to Colossians 3:23-24. And it reads, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." So this scripture is very powerful and very challenging for me because lots of times I find it hard to value the season that I'm in, especially if it's not a very fruitful season where a lot of great things are happening. If it's a developmental season or a season setting me up for what's to come. But the thing is, we have to realize that what we're doing is bigger than the moment. It's bigger than the people. It's bigger than ourselves. That it's for a higher purpose. It's for a higher calling, and it's for what God has placed us here on earth to do. Which, in lots of cases, it's not what we originally thought or imagined. So, for example, right now I am not working as an engineer, which is what I went to school for. I got my degree in electrical engineering, and I thought that the job that I had now had no purpose in my life, and it was just something for me to let ends meet, right? But the thing is, this job, by me putting my best foot forward, I've had conversations with people about God and help them realize the areas where they can grow, and they've helped me realize where I can grow. I've had conversations with people about poetry and artistic expression, and we've been able to work off of each other in an artistic side. And I've even been able to help people with their communication and with their presentation and with their public speaking. And it's been so crazy because I've been doing things I never thought I would have done in the capacity of that job, which is helping people, which is actually where one of my passions lie. And so if I would have gone into that job and just been half doing and stuff, I wouldn't be able to reap these fruits. Right? By putting my best foot forward, I saw that there was more to the puzzle. There was more than met my initial eye on the position. And I'm encouraging you guys to do the same at whatever season you're in. Put your best foot forward so that you can see the fullness of what God has for you and how in the current season you're in is preparing you for what is to come. All right? And then the second part of his speech, Dr. King talks about being the best at whatever you are, right? He uses the different analogies of being a bush if you can't be a tree, be a trail if you can't be a highway, be a star if you can't be the sun. So let's dissect that a little bit. So in that analogy of being a trail if you can't be a highway, lots of times people look at that and if they're a trail, they want to compare themselves to the people who are highways, right? And they're thinking, oh, well, she has this job, and oh, and he's engaged, and he has this car, and oh, and she wears these clothes, and all this kind of stuff. That doesn't matter. Live your life. Walk in your purpose, right? Walk in your purpose. Because look at this. A trail, it guides people from point A to point B. A highway, it guides people from point A to point B, right? Both of them have the same purpose, and they're both doing the same thing. The difference is their capacity, right? A highway can have 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes and can help a whole bunch of people at once, whereas a trail is smaller, right? And it's maybe 1 or 2 people at a time, right? But it's still that same purpose, right? The difference is the capacity. But sometimes we don't have the capacity to do all this extra stuff. We have to start with the basics. We have to start with the basics. And if you realize that, stop comparing yourself to other people, walk in your purpose, then you'll see that in order to be that highway, you actually have to start out as a trail, right? Because after you're a trail, then you can be a road, and then a street, and then a highway, and your capacity grows. But it all starts with you honing into the season that you're in and embracing your current purpose, your current season, and walking in that and progressing to what God has for you, what your future has for you. And then also think about the analogy between the sun and the star. Here's a big one. So the sun for us provides us with the light and the heat we need in order to be able to survive here on earth, while the star is a little itty bitty light a long way away, right? But the thing is, from our perspective, the sun seems high and mighty and great, and the star seems very minimal. But in reality, some of those stars are extremely bigger and way brighter than our sun, but because they're so far away, it looks like it's not that bright. So if you spend your time focusing on what other people have, the sun, you're going to miss the true calling and light and size that you have, the star, because you're not really honing in on your purpose, on your life, and you're making it drift so far away. Focus on what God has for you and let them focus on what they have, what God has for them. All right? But also remember that it's not about your size or your brightness, it's that you're living out your purpose. Whether you're a star, a sun, a trail, a highway, a bush, or a tree, live and walk in your purpose. All right? So to summarize for today, Dr. King in Colossians 3:23 is talking about putting your best foot forward in all you do, no matter what season that you're in. Right? Don't compare yourself to what other people have. Embrace where you are in your journey so that you can make it to where you're supposed to go and embrace your life's purpose. All right? All right, so it's question time. So just like last week, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and I hope that you answer them honestly. And I also recommend that you actually go through these questions with one of your close friends so that you can keep each other accountable and really talk through the areas where you can grow and the revelations that you're experiencing day to day, week to week. All right, so question 1. Are you putting your best foot forward in everything you do? Are you putting your best foot forward in everything that you do? Question 2. How is your current season setting you up for your purpose and what is to come? How is your current season setting you up for your purpose and what's to come? Question 3. Are you a trail or a highway? Why? And do you see the value in both? Are you a trail or a highway? Why? And do you see the value in both? Question 4. Is there someone in your life that can hold you accountable? Question 4. Is there someone in your life that can hold you accountable. Thanks everyone for tuning into this week's episode of Weekly Words. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed and were moved by the words that I shared. If you have any suggestions for future topics for me to discuss, please email me at weeklywordsrt@gmail.com. Again, that's weeklywordsrt@gmail.com. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.
Stop me. Stop me. Stop me.